Mr. Romel Ahmed from London, UK. He really worked so hard to make this day happen and helped us without limit. Thank you very much. Please welcome Romel Ahmed.
The role literally propelled me across the world, all of the top cities in the world, dealing with some of the largest events in the world. So I was 1 minute I'm in the World Cup soccer, next minute I'm at the Cannes Film Festival, and very quickly having to make contacts and operate within that environment. I had to do a lot of things and think on my feet, and that was really where I gained the exposure, the access and the contacts to do what I'm doing now. Uncharted territory.
Exactly.
It's kind of, there is no, you can't study this, you can't, there's no textbook, there's no blueprint, there's no, so you have to find your way, you have to survive within certain environments and sometimes make it up as you go along. But I don't think I've quite sort of defined what we do.
No,
yet.
you don't. You haven't.
Let me define what we do.
Please do.
We engage audiences with a view to developing those audiences for the industry. So whether it's the film industry or the sports industry, we're exposing that industry to more audiences through our concepts. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone has something to say. And there's various ways to say it, various mediums to use. And what we give them is an exciting, unique way, platform to say what they want to say. So it could, yeah, just to create a fun atmosphere, because it's
you have to.
To engage with hundreds and hundreds of companies and organizations across the world, it's very stressful and tense.
Stressful and daunting, I'm
so
sure.
yeah, we just have to create an outlet, a release, and also some humor on the whole thing. I was very fortunate to find good people, because ultimately with an organization like this, it's all about people. With any organization, it's about people, but some more than others. If you don't have good people, you can't communicate, you can't gel, you can't bounce ideas, you can't progress, and if you're not happy and if you can't do all of those things, really the business is going nowhere. We would learn about the aerospace industry, the film industry, the sports industry, the political celebration world as well, because we also do political celebration events. We're fortunate enough to have been to the Lifetime Achievement Award ceremony for David Cronenberg, Oliver Stone, Roman Polanski, Sean Penn.
Welcome, Mr. Roman Polanski.
By no means all tinsel and sparkle. There's some moments where it can get very stressful indeed. You dig yourself a hole and you either jump in it and bury yourself, or you keep going ahead. The demographic that we reach is a very sought after demographic. Essentially the audience of a film festival is generally considered to be educated, socially aware and active. So these types of campaigns by Amnesty International, Greenpeace, Save the Children, ActionAid, UNICEF, they want to reach people who are active, or the types of people who are either going to put their hand in their pocket and donate, or they're going to go up and get up and do something about the cause that they're promoting. 18 million people went into Germany to participate in the World Cup in some way, but 3 million people could get tickets. So if there's 3 million tickets available and 18 million people are going in, that leaves 15 million people with not much to do because they just go there and they try and get involved. Some people try and buy tickets illegally or through various other means, but ultimately you want to be involved. You spend the money, you're there with your friends, with your family, whatever, but you want to be involved. So FIFA, together with the whole cities and in conjunction with ourselves, developed fan zones, football fan zones, so where you can go and almost feel like you're actually in the stadium. A spectacular settings, the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin or the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Those are the backdrops to these event locations. Millions upon millions of people will flock to these locations to feel as though they're involved in the World Cup. They'll be watching it on big screens. There'll be sometimes the national team, it's all live. The national team, if they can, will come on stage and be well received by the audience. So when Germany got knocked out of the World Cup in 2006, they came down to the venue and greeted their German fans. And obviously, however they did, the fans were there for them to be able to see your German football team live on stage with a host, with some huge international stars. It was a great festival. It turned out that more people were actually involved. Oh yeah, more people are watching these
outside events.
Are involved in these outside events than actually inside the stadium. To think that the sponsors, as well as FIFA, as well as the cities, have recognised these fan zones as the ultimate way to solve a few problems and also to reach more people, whether it's cricket or whether it's rugby or tennis or any of the major mainstream sports. We can get involved. We have been involved in all of them, and it's only our limitation is the amount of time in a day and the amount of people we've got to do it. But ultimately the whole world presents opportunities like this because we as a human race like to get involved in and be passionate about things. And whether that's film, so whether we've got these Hollywood icons that we idolize, or whether we've got football stars or the game, or the beautiful game of football, whatever it is, it's what keeps the world going, isn't it? And given opportunities to get involved in an event via a film festival zone or a football fan zone, it just enables more people to get involved, and therefore it's very good for the industry. And obviously every industry tries to keep growing and pushing forward and reaching more people, and we'd like to think we're part of that. So we'd like to think we're part of helping the film industry sustain and grow through developing audiences, and we'd like to think we've got a little bit to do with keeping people involved in the FIFA World Cup. The 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, which is a political celebration of the success of, or the fall of communism, the rise of capitalism, the fall of the wall, the reunification of Germany, the reunification of Europe, which happened in 1989. 20 years later, in 2009, that celebration was huge. Everything from all of the presidents and prime ministers who were involved in the wall coming down. So Ronald Reagan was involved back then, but Barack Obama, representing America, gave a live telecast. Hillary Clinton was there, all of the national leaders of all the countries involved.
And you've covered that?
We covered that. It was the most amazing spectrum of like 13 giant LED screens scattered throughout Germany, 5 million live audience, a global television audience of however many hundreds of millions, the biggest performing artists in the world on stage, like John Bon Jovi and the Scorpions, and then a theme which was also a fantastic theme to celebrate the success of a cause. Humanity will always be celebrating things, whether it's sport, culture, literature, whatever it is, and that will always give us the context in which to develop new concepts.
Romel, was wären wir ohne dich? Du hast diesen Abend gerockt, du hast einfach alles gegeben. You did everything you could. You had so much talent, and to give it all, really thank you so much from my bottom of my heart. We work it together. You're amazing.